Revolution will not be televised. It would be live cast, and the government will shut down the internet. In a shocking turn of events, Bangladesh is on the brink of a revolution. For 53 years, the country has never witnessed an uprising like this. Not even in 1971, when the nation fought for its independence. The streets are filled with chaos and violence. Police and border guards are attacking unarmed students. Helicopters fly overhead. Smoke from gunfire hangs in the air. It's a war zone. But something remarkable is happening on the streets. The students refuse to back down. They are fighting for their rights, for their future, and for the future of this country. This movement began as a peaceful demand for quota reform, challenging the unfair system that allocates up to 56% of government jobs to select groups. Bangladesh's quota system is a recipe for disaster. Up to 30% of government jobs go to children and grandchildren of freedom fighters. This is an excuse for filling public service jobs with party men and loyalists. The regime's response has been violent. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's inflammatory remarks calling protesters Razakars, that is, collaborators of Pakistan Army back in 1971, galvanized this movement. The student wing of ruling party Chhatra League unleashed terror on campuses, leaving a trail of bloodshed and broken lives. 6 young students were killed on the first day, unarmed and defenseless. The police fired multiple gunshots to an unarmed protester, Abu Saeed, who is a young university student. He has become the symbol of this uprising. The students of Bangladesh from all corners rose up on July 18th, united in their defiance against an illegitimate regime. Unconfirmed news say at least 68 students and protesters were killed yesterday. Hospitals are overflowing with injured students, many with gunshot wounds to the eyes. The scenes are unbearable to watch. Police are killing indiscriminately. To silence dissent, the government has shut down broadband Wi-Fi and mobile connections. There is extreme pressure on the newspapers and TV channels not to broadcast the news of this state-sponsored violence. People are enraged, unsure of what's happening on the streets. The capital is effectively cut off from the rest of the country. Protesters have burned down police stations and even the office of Bangladesh Television, the government-run broadcasting organization. People from all backgrounds have joined this movement. The state minister's request for dialogue, after more than 50 people were killed, was met with a blunt refusal. There can be no dialogue over the blood of our compatriots. There can never be a conversation between a sword and a neck. I have read hundreds of remarks such as these. The people have had enough of this autocratic regime, and their revolution will not be silenced. The students have called indefinite shutdown of the country. It seems Sheikh Hasina is not listening. She is too busy lining her pockets and using her power to crush dissent. But she underestimates the people of Bangladesh. The movement is not just about quota reform anymore. It's about economy, corruption, nepotism, democracy, and justice. Above all, people want their dignity back. The economy is doing dismally. There are no jobs, inflation is skyrocketing. There is widespread corruption and nepotism at an unbelievable magnitude. There is no rule of law in Bangladesh. You can't say anything against the Prime Minister or her father. You can't vote freely. Every election is rigged. The judges are her stooges. The government is an illegitimate one. It has rigged last 3 national elections. There is no popular support for this regime. This spontaneous, organic movement is also an outpouring of rage against Sheikh Hasina. This is about the very soul of Bangladesh. Do we want to live in a country where corruption and oppression is tolerated? Or do we want to build a new Bangladesh where every citizen has an equal chance to succeed? The only way forward is for Sheikh Hasina to step down. She has lost all legitimacy to rule. The country is moving rapidly towards a civil war against the government officials. This monster must be stopped. A national unity government is the only way to restore stability to this country. This revolution will not be silenced.